When did you know the FBI was onto you?
Several days before, probably several days, a couple weeks before my arrest, because I would come downstairs, take the kids to school, and there's a random Con Edison truck parked in front of my building.
Yes.
How often do you see a Con Edison truck parked in front of the Lower East Side? And then you have random mail,
It should have been an indicator right there.
Well, you know what's the greatest indication?
What?
The mailman was hanging out with the Con Edison guy in front of my building.
Yeah.
It's kind of random.
Yeah.
So I knew something was off.
But what choices did you have?
It was too late.
Too late.
There wasn't much choice.
They,
I
knew,
mean,
they knew you and they knew what you had done.
Absolutely. I mean, what could I have really done? Walked up to them and say, "Hey guys, I know why you're here."
Well, you could have went out the back door, I guess.
Well, yeah, I guess so. But still, I would have been on a run, and that's not a good life. Plus, I had 2 kids, so it was a tough situation.
And then there was the night the agent showed up at your door.
Yeah.
Remember that for me.
Well, it started off with me walking the kids home from school in the morning. I woke up. We just had completed like this really, really crazy hack the night before. Walked the kids to school. And on my way back, I'm noticing there's random people parked in random cars, and it just nothing makes any sense. Never seen these people before. Never seen these cars before. And there was one instance where one of the guys was looking at me as I'm walking by. He's reading his newspaper. He's peeking at me, and when I look at him, he completely just gets lost and drops his paper and is looking around, is fidgeting around the car. I already knew something was happening. So I went home. I cleaned up the place. Got ready. You know, I took a nap. Went straight to sleep. Around 3, 4 o'clock comes around. I go pick up the kids, bring the kids home, drop them off at church. And I did like a little shopping spree with them. I had some money in my pocket. I took them to buy like $200 worth of coloring books and toys. And I dropped them off to church with a family friend. And I said, "Hey guys, I'll catch you later. I'll be right back." I already knew what was happening. I went home. Rather, I went to the store first and I grabbed a 6-pack of beer, which I don't drink. And I went upstairs and I celebrated with my brother. I told him, "They're coming. Just be prepared. Stay in the room and don't say nothing and don't move. I don't want you to get shot if they think you're a threat." So around 8-ish, 9-ish, around that time, it's already dark, and they knock on my door and they say police. Mind you, we're not doing anything illegal, so I'm pretty sure, well, besides me, I'm pretty sure it wasn't the police at the door. I said, "All right, guys, hold on a moment." I walked to the door. Before I walked to my door, I spoke to my brother. I said, "Listen, just chill. Relax. Let me handle this." I go to the door, and here we are. We have a whole bunch of FBI agents in the hallway. I remember it was at least 14, 15 of them. They were up and down the staircase doing verticals. We had some guys in suits in the corner, around the corner of my hallway. And, they basically pulled me out into the hallway and they said, "We're glad you opened the door in time because we're about to smash it in." I said, "All right, so what's the problem?"
That's what you said?
Yeah.
Why are you here?
Yeah, like, what's up? How can I help you, So they said, "Well, we know who you are, right? We know who you are. We know what you're doing. And we also know you have 2 kids in the house. So, to keep it simple, you could either cooperate with us, just come downtown with us, you'll be back in the morning, or we're going to call ACS and we'll take the kids away. It's your call. You make the decision." So it's clear as day they had an understanding that my weakness
Was your kids?
was the kids.